Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay. All right. Good morning. We are continuing our work on the rearrange string to two numbers puzzle. That's a bit loud. Hold on. That's better. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. We had to debug. I had two of my tests passing. The two first test cases were passing, if I remember correctly. Let's do that again. Run that. That's right. But the latest one was failing, and it is failing. This is what we're expecting here, and this is what we're returning, with a nice little undefined in the middle and then a bunch of other zeros, which doesn't make any sense because there just aren't that many zeros in the input that we're getting. So obviously I've got a bug somewhere, and that's going to be our first task for today, figuring out where the bug is. Now let's take a look at our code here. Where could the potential problem be? It's obviously in the adding of the zeros to our b variable, our second number. Show. Let's take a look at what we're doing here. First, we're checking if we can make the biggest number possible. In this case, we are. So what are we doing here? We're automatically making b to be 10 to the power of 18, which is fine. And then we are, oh, there we go. I think I just found the problem. I'm not removing zeros from my zero array. I think that's going to be an easy fix. Won't even need to run the debugger. Okay. So I would do zeros. Let's see, zeros dot splice would be an easy way to do this. Start at 0, and we just want to get rid of 18 zeros, and boom, we're done. Let's run that again, see what happens. Oh, we're still not passing. Let's look at our output. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. I do have the correct, no, hold on, expected, and I'm receiving -1, -1. Ha! Which means that my check at the end is considering that we are somehow busting our, oh, yes, I know what's going on here. I need some sort of a check to make sure I'm not adding more stuff to B. That's probably the, yeah, because I see, first thing I do is I check if I can maximize B. If I can, well, I do. I assign to B the maximum value. Then I go on, I move on to A, do some stuff with A. Then I go back to B to minimize it. But in the case where we've got this, well, there's no more minimizing to do. So, could a simple flag work here? Would that be... Well, first let's run a debugger here and just confirm that I've got this right. Whoa, why so slow? Oh, okay. No. Let's see. B is 7. Oh, I don't want to run this on all my tests. Let's just make it for this one here. There we go. Okay. And take 2. Okay. So there's our input. A is, what are we expecting here? So A is not correct, and B is not correct either. Not by much, though. We've got a 9 here that shouldn't be here. Oh, that's interesting. I'm also not getting rid of the 1. Okay. Gotcha. So let's try that. Yeah, because in theory, I shouldn't... Okay, let me just get out of this here. In theory, I shouldn't have to... everything I'm doing here... Well, okay, we'll see. Let's start by fixing this here. I need to get rid of the zeros, and I also need to... I thought for sure I was doing that. That's odd. It must have been like in a previous iteration or something, and I, for some reason, deleted that part of the code and just didn't re-implement it. So, quite simply, we would get rid of other digits. It's sorted from smaller to greater, so I just get rid of the first one. So that would be a simple shift. Remove the first element from an array. Yeah, I don't care to do anything with it though. I just want it out of there. Okay, let's run this again and see what happens. Okay. We're still failing. Oh, but we're so close. We've got an undefined here, and I think I know what's going on. This is what's going on right here. See if I'm trying to shift, and this array should be empty here in our case. Then it's just going to return undefined. So I need to make a check before I do that. So if other digits dot length is, what have I done, is bigger than 0, then proceed with this. And that should take care of our undefined. Let's try that. Yep, we're good. I'm just going to get the other tests back online, make sure we didn't screw up anything for those other test cases. Run that again. We're good. Okay. So okay. Hey, Kramer. Saw your Slack. You're watching me on your channel now. That's awesome. What do you have for me there? Here, let me share this with you guys. I was asking Kramer to host me on his channel. If you want to follow my friend You can look at his channel. It's the freeze team. The freeze team or just freeze team? I think it's the freeze team. Let's see. Okay, so I'm in the list. So that's good. How do I get out of there? Okay. Auto host channel. Yeah. Everything seems right. And he's watching me from the freeze team. There we go. So why am I not seeing that in my Twitch stuff? Let's see. Let's pull it up quickly. Twitch. If I go in my creator dashboard. Oh, I am now. I wasn't seeing you before, so good. Awesome. Thank you. All right, now let's try to run all the test cases. See if this will actually pass. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay. Maximum B with 0. Let's see what that is all about. Maximum B with 0. Maximum B with 0. Okay. Ah. Okay. I wonder, Steve, if you're still watching, if you can actually chat with me when you're watching me from, another channel that's hosting me. I don't think you can, right? You haven't been interacting in my chat here anyways. I don't know if you've been trying, but... Maximum B width 0. Okay. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. See, yeah, we've got undefined here, and I think I know just why. It's just a simple other check that we need to add. But first, since we are failing this, we will add it to our test suite here in locally. Just for good measure. Although I'm pretty sure I know the quick fix to that. So what was it called? Maximum B with 0. So that's what we'll name it. Maximum B with 0. Now we'll get the maximum B with 0. The input is this here. Like that. And the output is simply this. Just to be sure, I'll copy it. Okay. Yeah, that was right. So now, if we run this, and I'll just work on this test here. If we run this, let's see if we get the same output. It should. Yeah. Okay, so here's the problem with this one. I think it's only a simple check we need to do. We basically need to do the same check that we're doing here. Because what we're doing is we're taking the first digit from the other digits array. But in the case that we're looking at right now, once we're done shoving all of that into B, there's only a 0 left. So there would be nothing left in the other digits array, and that's why it's shifting and undefined. So let's do that. So if there are some zeros, then go ahead. No, if there are, I mean, other digits, go ahead and get the smallest one. If there are none, then, okay. Here we have a problem. This is enough to pass the current test case, though. So we'll just go ahead. But I know we're going to have another problem. Is that I'm running this afterwards, shove as many zeros as possible in A without busting size of A, we're going to run into some situation where we're going to be adding more than one zeros, and that's not allowed. So, but anyways, in the spirit of just writing as much code as we need to pass the test case, we'll just stick to what we did right here and run the test. Oh, it still fails. That's interesting. What do we have here? That's the correct amount of ones. Of zeros, I mean, ones and zeros. So at least it's not shoving the undefined in there. Oddly enough, oh, okay. Believe that was the problem right there. Although no, that shouldn't have changed anything. Let's just rerun it anyways, but I don't think it should have changed anything. No, that's right. So we're looking like, okay, we don't have any other digits. So we move on to this. Now we're saying if zeros dot length is smaller or bigger than size of A minus 1, and zeros dot length is bigger than 0, which should be the case, then we're taking a 0. So the problem might be here. I think I'm going to run the debugger on this one. See what happens. Debugger, come on. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? Now we know that this is good. We think so anyways. A is showing nothing, which is, you know, how we initialize it. And now, let's see. Size of A is 1, so that's good, right? It should be enough to shove just a 0 in there. Our zeros array does have 1 0 in there. So why can't I get my 0? Oh, I think this might be wrong. Zeros dot length is bigger or equal to size of A minus 1. That would return false. Why do I have a minus 1 in there? What was the thinking behind this? Ah, yes. Which is why you shouldn't hard code. Okay. Now the thinking was that I was going to take here one digit from the other digits array, but now we're not. There are cases wherein we aren't. Boy. So what do we do? Do we do an else? Do we add some sort of... no. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to forget about this. No, if I do that, it's going to screw up everything. Unless I go about it a different way. Let's call this remaining space in A. And we're going to, instead of doing that, we're going to do remaining space in A minus equal 1. And then, oh, let's just get out of the debugger here. Let's see, we cannot redeclare a block scope variable. Well, that's interesting. Wait a minute, what did I have? Oh. It looks like I already had a remaining space in A. So maybe I can get rid of this. What am I doing? Size of A minus A dot length. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can get rid of this, maybe. I'll just, okay, let's just bring that back, comment that out. So, okay, let's run through this again. Remaining space in A is being initialized to 0. Then depending on how much we put into B, we assign a value to remaining space in A of either digits minus 19, yeah, okay, or all digits dot length minus 18, or bigger. What am I doing here? All digits dot length. Yeah, okay. Well, why minus 18 though? Oh yeah. It's not the actual space to be filled, it's just how much space we're allowed to fill. Okay. So now if we take a digit from there, well, we remove 1 from this. Good. And now if we have 0, zero's dot length is bigger than remaining space. We're good, and zero's dot length is bigger. Add 0 splice. Okay. We said we would come back to this. And then where's my, okay, this here. Fill remaining space of A with the smallest number in digits. Now, our remaining space, so this is still valid. I just need to do this, is equal to remaining space in A minus A dot length. This should work. This should at least pass this test case, I think. Or not. Now what? Same thing. Interesting. Oh, and I have a bad feeling here. Just give me a sec. Make sure we didn't screw up all the rest. Okay, we're good. We didn't screw up the other tests. No, we did. Some of them. Which one did we screw up? Oh yeah, okay. Hold on. Let's just get back to what was working. Oh no, this is good. We want to keep this. We want to keep this. We want to keep that. Okay, this is what we're... Let's run again. We should only be failing the last one. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's think about this. The problem is obviously here. This shouldn't be minus 1 if we didn't take any zeros. Well, I guess we can make, if I make an else statement, that would just disconnect testing. Making two cases for... I mean, I could just... Oh. I still had size of A here as -1. Could that have been... Alright, let's bring that back in. And just get rid of this here. This might have been the problem. Let's run this. We're still passing our other tests. Which one are we? Oh, now we're actually passing our latest test, and we're not passing maximum B. How interesting. So what exactly is happening there? No. That's the one we want. Okay. Debug dash again. Right here. All right. Oh, my mic was off. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So we've got a problem. But we're just off by 1. So why? Why are we off by 1? We're off by 1 because I'm not updating the remaining space in A here. That is why. Right, if I'm actually taking some zeros out of there, A plus equals 0, that supplies 0, remaining space in A. Dot join. This will actually, if it's bigger than the amount of zeros, it will take whatever it can. Oh boy. So how do I update remaining space in A? I would have to first check actually that's what I'm doing here. Remaining space with A and A. minus. No, yeah, that doesn't work anymore because I kind of changed the way I was doing this. So I got to keep track of the remaining space in A along the way. How do I determine how many zeros I get to take? Basically, the bigger of the remaining space, no, the smaller of the remaining space in A, and how many zeros are in there. So, remaining space in A is equal, no, minus equals, I'm going to use math.min, right? The smallest of what? Remaining space in A or zeros dot length. Do I get that right? We're taking as many zeros as possible as we can. If we have more zeros than remaining space in A, then all the zeros we're going to get is the remaining space in A. If we have more remaining space in A than zeros available, then the amount of zeros we're going to get is the total amount of zeros. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's try that. Okay, getting annoyed. Which one is that? Same one, same problem. Not working. And it's, whoa, what's going on there? Expected. Oh yeah, let's run our friendly debugger. Okay. And we're expecting 8999. We've got the same problem. That I didn't change anything by doing what I just did. That's really odd. What did I just do then? If that didn't change anything. Remaining space in A, 12. Well, C, that. Yeah, okay. But no, wait. If I still have remaining space in A, then it should have just taken everything. Fill remaining space of A with the smallest number of digits. Remaining space in A is remaining space in A minus A dot length. A is at 17 and we've got 12. So yeah, so we end up with a negative number. No, hold on. Remaining space is A 12 minus 17. So we've got a negative number, and we're saying 0, and this should be a negative number. Why is it showing 12? Did we start off with, how much is it here? 12. Oh, I guess that's... no, it's still showing 12 right here. Okay, so let's take a look at this then. Get rid of this. And we'll was I here? Okay, let's run this again. Right. Okay, so remaining space in A, 17, minus the length. Oh, the length is 5 at the moment. Okay. Which gives us the 12. And now we're going, okay, let's add to A 12 digits. The length is 13. What? Okay, that's afterwards, I guess. No, that's... Hold on. Hold on here. Gotta wrap my head around this. Remaining space in A is 17. Now I'm reducing that by the length of A at the moment, which is 5, right? We only have 4, 0, 0, 0, 0. And now we end up with 12, right? So we're saying get me 12 digits from other digits, but other digits has 13. So if other digits has 13, why do I have a remaining space of 17? That just doesn't make sense at all. Remaining space, okay, I'm just gonna have to start from the beginning here. So let's start here. Try to figure out what's going on. Okay, so we've got our input. We've got all digits, 37 of them. And what am I don't know. Okay, all 37 of them. 22 zeros and 15 other digits, together 37. Okay. And now we're checking to see if we can make the biggest B possible, which would be 1 followed by 18 zeros. That's what we're checking here. So let's get in there. We've determined that we can, so we are assigning the biggest number possible to B. And once we've done that, we get rid of 18 zeros from the zero array. So our zero array right now is 22 in length. It should go down to 4. Yes, good. Now we also need to get rid of that 1 here because we made this number. So that's correct. Now we're down to 14. Now remaining space in A, all digits dot length minus 19. Which makes sense because we just took 19 digits. We started with 37, we just took 19 digits, and now we're left with 18. Is that right? Yes, 19 plus 18 equals 37. So that's correct. Our remaining space should then be, 18, right? Let's see. That's correct. Remaining space in A is 18. Good. We're initializing our A. Now we're checking if we have other digits left over, which we do. We got 14 of them. And now we're taking the smallest of those other digits, which is 4, and we're assigning it to A. Good. 4 is gone. Boom. 4 is here. Yes. Now our remaining space should go down to 17, since we've just added something. Yes. Okay. Now, shove as many zeros as possible in A without busting size of A. -1, I should change that. Without busting size of A. Without this, we change that, so rename. Without busting remaining space in A. Okay. Now, what are we doing? We're checking to see if there are zeros dot length is smaller or equal to remaining space in A. Why am I checking that? So what if there are more zeros? What's the problem here? If zeros dot length is, because we're kind of taking care of this here, right? Just getting whatever. What if zeros dot length was bigger than remaining space in A? So what? Oh, this would be a problem here. Would it? I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going and see that's what's if it's creating a problem. So technically, we've got 4 zeros. We should be taking those 4 zeros. Yeah. Zeros.splice. Remaining space in A. So we did. We emptied that. We took our 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. We're good. We keep going. Now, remaining space in A has not been updated. It's still at 17. It should have been updated with this here. Ah, of course. Of course. I'm evaluating zeros.length after completely emptying the array. So, const zeros remaining equals zeros.length. So now we can just use that. Do I want to do that? Yep. This is just a check. It's not a loop or anything like that. So we're good. And here we go. Let's see if we've just fixed our problem. No, still no. What? I don't understand. So let's get back here. Let's get back here. Okay. He's got our 4. Zeros remaining is undefined, and now it should be 4, 4. We're passing that check. Yes, we're getting in there. We're removing the zeros, I think. We're about to find out. Yes, we're removing the zeros. Now remaining space in A is 17. Now I want to see what happens here. Oh, guess I screwed that up, eh? Okay, but remaining space in A is now down to 13, so that's better. Or maybe not. Okay, let's keep going with this. Splice remaining space in A dot join. Okay, so remaining space in A is now at 8. I don't think I needed to do that anymore. This whole thing here is the problem. Let's see what happens if I remove it. Since I'm now tracking the remaining space of A the entire time. Okay. I think we're good. Let's just bring in all the tests here. Make sure we didn't screw up the rest of them. Okay, I think we're good. Let's get rid of our friend here. So that's good. Okay. Let's run this again. See how far we can get. Should now work, right? Okay, so let's do all of them. Boom. What? Too many zeros now. Wait, hold on. That didn't trip up in my test suite, or it's because I didn't have it in there. That's probably why. That's exactly why. Okay, so let's add it. Too many zeros. It's just before this one, so let's do that. Squash one bug, create another one. Too many zeros. Too many zeros. And what is our input? That's our input right there. And we are expecting -1, -1. It's kind of interesting. I would think that I've got the proper checks in place for this. Apparently not. So let's run this. Aha! Okay, that's basically the problem I was talking about. We're padding zeros here. Okay, so we're going to need to fix that right in here. Shove as many zeros as possible in A without busting remaining space in A. Could we just keep that in there and make a check at the end to see if how would that? No, it's probably better to catch this here. If zeros remaining, so okay. What I need to do is make sure there's a leading digit. if there are no let's see. Yeah, I think a quick check that A is not empty should do it, because we don't want any zeros in there if we don't have a leading digit. So if a 0 is equal to, or is not equal, is not equal to basically this, right? Then if it's not equal to that, just go ahead, have fun, shove the zeros in there. Oh, but wait. I can still, okay. Oh boy. No, so what I'm gonna need to do is add 1 0. So other digits, oh no, I'm not doing this in the right place, am I? Gotta do this in here. If zeros remaining, blah, 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 blah. Gonna need to do that in there. Okay. So first thing I do is just add a 0. Zeros. That's bliss. Starting at the first one, and we just want 1. And then join. No, that's gonna screw everything up if I do that. Oh man, that is such an annoying little thing. You know what, the easiest way to deal with this is really just to do this. I mean, it's not pretty, it's not clever, it's probably not as concise, it involves duplication, but it does what I need it to do. So that's what we're gonna do. If digits is smaller, smallest number, if digits, no, actually that's not, I need to do it right in there. If first digit is the smallest number bigger than 0. If other digits dot length is bigger than 0. So if I have another digit, right, is what I'm saying. Then I go ahead and I do that, and once I know that I have that, then I can just go ahead and go, yeah, go ahead, shove as many zeros in there as you want. Boom, we're done with that. Otherwise, if we don't have, just shove a 1 0. Shove 1 0 without busting remaining space in A. We're still not fixing our problem if we're doing that. Because there really is just too many zeros. That's the real, so, man. Okay, yeah. Really, because what we need here is to determine that there are too many zeros, not to avoid putting too many zeros in A. We can't. If we do that, we're going to be left with digits. So we really do need to make a check at the bottom. Check to make sure that A or B are not bigger than that, and check that we don't have more than, no, how would you call that? That we don't have a bunch of zeros. Let's call it that. There. And how are we going to make that check? We're going to... We need to make that check for both A and B, I believe. So we need to check that A... pretty simple. If A dot 0 is equal to 0 and A1 is also equal to 0, we know that we're in trouble. Now, I can't do that because it's a string, of course. So A, I think it's car at, yep, car at 0, and A, car at 1. Still doesn't work? What? Returns the character at the specified index. Oh, right, we're dealing with strings. Gotcha. Wait, what? This should still have worked, no? You can't use that? Yeah, you can. There you go. Pretty sure you can. All right. Check that we don't have a bunch of zeros. So if A is equal to this, okay, or do the same thing with B. B, do I need parentheses here? Let's just add them to be sure. I'll make it more clearer anyways. All right, if we have either of these conditions, then we return -1, -1. Okay, let's give that a try. Hey, look at that. Okay. Making progress. Let's run all our tests here again. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, man, come on. Small a, big B. Okay. Now what? Oh, well, on the bright side, I did skip over this one. This one worked. Small a, what is it? Small a, big B? Small a, big B. There it is. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so let's add that to our test suite. Small a, big B. What's our input? This is our input. And what's our output? This is our output. Okay. Like that. And let's run it. Okay. Now we're getting 22. I'm missing some digits. What am I missing? The zeros. I just got rid of the zeros for some reason. Uh-huh. 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 Why? I have no idea. I got rid of the zeros both in... let's get back in there. Yeah, I got rid of the zeros in the B and the E and the A. And the A and the B. That's weird. Obviously something I just did with my little if-else thing here. Where? Shove as many zeros, yeah, this here in A. Wait, what? Oh no, I didn't do that in the end. I didn't change that. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. This will require further debugation. Um, hmm, 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 hmm. Okay, all right, let's take a look. Let's run it. But just on this one here. What do we have? 20 digits. 17 are other digits. 3 are zeros. Remaining space in A is 0, because we haven't decided what we're doing yet. So now we're checking to see if we can have the biggest B possible, which is 1 followed by 18 zeros. We're checking for that, and we determined that we can't. That's right. So then we are assigning to remaining space in A the value of all digits length, which is 20, minus 18, which should be 2, which is right. It is correct, right? That's what we should get. 2, that's right. Okay, let's keep going. Now we're checking to see if there are other digits than zeros, right? First digit is the smallest number bigger than 0. If there are other digits, which we know there are, right? We've got 17 of them. Then please take the first one, which we do. Which one should it be? It should be a 2. We're taking it, reducing that, and now we should reduce our remaining space in A to 1. Yes, okay. Now we're shoving as many zeros as possible in A without busting remaining space in A. If zeros remaining, whoa, okay. Zeros remaining, yeah, that's right, okay. If zeros remaining is bigger, is smaller or equal, that's our problem right there. I was wondering why we had that check in. It probably made sense before when we were dealing with remaining space in A differently. But now this check is going to be false, right? We're just going to completely skip over that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I think we need to not worry about this, simply worry about whether we have zeros or not. Let's give that a try now. No, 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 no. We're still... Oh, well, at least now we have the 0. Oh, okay. I think I need to do the same thing here. Shove as many zeros as possible in B. And it isn't. Once we get there, it doesn't. So we get to 2. Then you get zeros.length is bigger than 0. And we're like, nope, no more 0 for you, mister. That is probably because I'm taking all of the zeros here. But I shouldn't be. Okay, let's debug from here. Okay. Zeros remaining 3. That is correct. That's what we've got. Remaining space in A is that 1. That is also correct because we've just shoved 2 in there. Okay, let's keep going. If zeros remaining is bigger than 0, it is. Good, let's get some. Yay! Zeros dot splice 0 to remaining space in A. Remaining space in A is 1. So we should just be getting of the 1 0. And we are. We're getting rid of it here. We're taking it there. And here's our problem. Zeros remaining is at 3. Oh no, that's not a problem. We're taking the smallest of the 2 remaining space in A. I think the remaining space in A is... yeah, that shouldn't... What is it going to be? Remaining space in A minus equals zeros remaining or remaining space in A. That's interesting. Oh, no. Okay, there you go. It did update properly. Okay, so now, that's what we're interested in. So everything went smoothly here. I think we're fine. We still have our 2 zeros left. Our A has what we're expecting. So let's keep going. Now, what are we doing here? Fill remaining spaces with smallest number in digits. That should just do nothing at all because we don't have any remaining space in A. So that shouldn't change anything. What do we have? We have other digits is at 16 and zeros is at 2. So yep, that just didn't do anything. So good. Now, we should be grabbing the first digit and putting it in B. So it should be 2. So this should go down to 15 and this should have a 2 here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Right, 15, and we've got our 2. Now it's time to put the zeros in there. Okay. Okay, now we see where the problem is. Right there. That's what happens when you copy paste stuff. That has no business being there. Wow, how did my other stuff even work? Woo. But the other test cases, how were they even passing with this in there? So we basically want to whatever zeros we have remaining, right? We need to put in there. So what if I was to I need to completely change that, basically. We're just taking the entire zeros array, whatever's left. Yep. Let's try that again. And do I don't even think I need to check for the length, because if there's nothing in there, this join thing is just gonna, it's just going to return, would it return undefined, or would it just return an empty string? I think it would just return an empty string, which would be completely fine. So let's just go ahead and try that theory right now. And let's run this. Okay, we're good. Let's just make sure we didn't screw up the rest of the test cases. Run that again. And we're good. So my theory was correct. Let's get rid of this. Don't need you. Okay. Now, let's go to coding game. Let's get to try all our test cases, see how far we can go. Everything's working. Yay, yay, yay. No, no. Too few digits. Okay, okay. Didn't expect that one. Too few. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too few digits. There it is. Oh, okay, I see. Our input is just 9. So that's a simple check that we need to make it at the end, which we'll add the test case since we've discovered a bug. Too few digits, I think it was called. Too few digits. Yep. Our input is simply 9. Ooh, crap. 9. And we're expecting -1, -1. -1, -1. So, just to confirm, let's run it. This should pass. It is failing because we're getting 9 and a space. We're getting 9 and a space because we don't have a check for that kind of situation. So, check that we have enough digits. I could make that at the beginning. It would make sense. It would short circuit all this logic stuff. It's not like we care about performance all that much, but why not? It just makes sense. So the very first thing we should do, 0 digits, I'm trying to do these things here, but really, it's my all digits here. So I could make that check right here. Check that we have enough digits. If all digits dot length is smaller or equal to 1. And we don't have enough. Just return -1. Yeah, -1, -1. Believe that is correct. If not, just keep going with whatever you need to do. And let's run our tests. They all pass. That was an easy fix. Just keep going. Play on test cases. Go, 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 go. Oh! 0. Looks like we're not dealing with that one properly. 0. Man. Take that. Actually, first let's just copy a test case. This one's just called 0. Our input is this. Our expected output is that. Let's run it. And it fails. What are we getting? We're getting 4. Oh, that's interesting. So instead of, if you can see this here, instead of taking 0 in A, we're leaving it in there in B, and we're taking the 4 that's here, putting it in A. Why? Why are we doing that? How many digits do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Which is the maximum amount of digits you can have there. Unless you could have 18, which is 1 followed by, we could have 19, which is 1 followed by 18 zeros. But, okay. Ooh, I think that's going to be a hard one to fix. Oh, not really. Okay, it's just a special case where it so happens that we have a length. Okay, if we have a length of 1, oh man, there are so many special cases here. It's just insane. So, what we need to do, once we've assigned our remaining space in A, for this particular test case, remaining space in A is 1. So when we do have a remaining space in A of 1, we want to skip. We want to skip putting another, no, we don't necessarily want to skip doing that. We do if there is a 0 and, oh man. Okay. All right. So if, first thing, if there are other digits and, no, not necessarily. Oh, boy. Okay, the first thing we need to check is if remaining space in A is equal to 0. Now, not to 0, to 1. If it is, then we need to check that that we have a 0. So if it is, and we do have zeros, right? Zeros dot length is bigger or equal to 1. Yeah. Then we're simply taking a 0 and we're adding it to plus equal. Oh wait, we're essentially doing this here. Let's see if we can avoid duplication. What are we doing? This is, yep, that's what we're doing. So, you know what? let's make this a function. Does that make sense? I believe it would. Let's do that. Extract to function in module scope. And we're going to call that, we're going to call that, what is that? What are we going to call that? Add zeros to A. Yeah. So, whoa, look at that. That is pretty. Wow. I've got to see this. Huh. Well, look at you, VS Code. It created a function for me, and I didn't know it could do that. It made the return type an object because we need to get two things from the. Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't know it could do that. So that's cool. Okay. Where was it? Here. Add zeros to A. So now I should technically be able to do the same thing. And basically call it in exactly the same way. Let's get rid of this though for consistency's sake. That like this. Let's see. No, didn't quite fix it, did it? Almost though. We got a 0, but we're still getting our leading digit, which is we just need to make this an else. If other digits dot length is bigger than 0, it should take care of it. And it does, and it does, and it does, and it does. I've got all my tests there, so good. Okay. Test cases. Doom, 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 doom. Boom. Green, 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 green. Come on, come on. Yay! We are done. We are done. Done. But I am less than pleased with the look of my code here. I've got this monster function that contains the entire algorithm at the same time. And look here, complexity is 23. You must be kidding. Well, I am not kidding, but what could we extract? And, you know, although that was kind of neat, the way it extracted this here, not a fan of add zeros to A. So give me the zeros array. Give me A. Give me remaining space in A. I'm wondering if I shouldn't maybe refactor this to make this O style. I mean, this function is acting, it says mutating state, right? It's mutating these things here. And these things are part of this function here. Like you couldn't reuse this anywhere else. That just wouldn't make sense. So to have it in the module scope of this function, but keeping the state here in here would be kind of dumb. So what could we do here? What could we do? Well, we could extract our A. Could extract our zeros. Yeah, well, basically all the state, we'll just put it outside of the function. This will allow us to more neatly extract logic from this one function, I think. So let's see. Should I just go ahead and make that an op? Nah, not really. Because, I mean, why? Why would you? There's no need to instantiate this. It's just a one function that, well, although, anyways, for now, let's not go total OO class and just use the module here. So we're doing let all digits. Let all digits. All digits in the end is a string array. So string array. And then we can just do, all right, why don't you do that? Cool, cool, cool. Let's do that. Okay, and then we've got zeros here, so let zeros, which is also a string array. So instead of doing that, we just do this. Good. And then same with other. I wonder if I can just, if I do this like that. No, what if I do all of that? Let's extract to constant and enclosing scope. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Let other digits type string. Oops. Nope. Yes. Okay. And then like this. Good. Now, can we do, we'll do the same thing with remaining space in A. Let remaining space in A is, we'll initialize that to 0 right there. Get rid of this here. And the same thing with B. Let B equals this. We don't need you here anymore. And let A equal to this, and we don't need you in here anymore. Okay, now let's just make sure we didn't screw up anything. Apparently we did. Apparently we did. Why did we? Why did we? We're passing in A. Okay, so let's be wise about this. Instead of doing the whole thing, just do one at a time. Run our tests. Okay, so this works. Let's add the other one. Run our test. We're good. So the next one, string array, run our tests. Okay. So I'm guessing the problem was with the, maybe this one here? No, I don't think that's going to be the problem. No, it's, okay, so it's, is this here? Interesting. Why would that be a problem? Why would initializing be here instead of here be a problem? Hmm. Are we... Huh. Uh... So... we're doing stuff here. We're doing stuff there. We're doing stuff here. We're doing stuff there. I'm not throwing any errors, am I? I'm not. I'm not. It's just the wrong outputs. Itchy. And it's only in 2 of my test cases. Interesting. The other ones work perfectly fine. And it has to do with a check. It's making a check at some point, and it's saying, nope. I don't like it. -1, -1. Checking B here. I'm checking B here. I'm curious. Let's try to find out where the problem is. So let's start at the top, I guess. Do we have another breakpoint in there? No. Okay. Let's do this. Our input is 7.2. Oh no, I don't want to do it for all of them. Let's just get the 2 failing ones. Or just one of them anyways, to start with. So too few digits. No. Small a, big B. Small a, big B. Let's try this one. Small a, big B. Test dot only. Let's get back in there and F5. There's our input. Okay. Let's keep going. A is undefined. This is in the global scope or what? In the closure? In the closure, okay. So B, got all digits is there. Remaining space in A, zeros, F nothing, because we do Right, okay. So I'm making that check here. And everything's fine. I'm assigning zeros. Good. And I'm assigning other digits. Good. If other digits, blah, 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 something, something, something. Okay, first let's see which one is tripping us up, which... So A's got 20, which is what we're expecting. And B starts with 2, so far so good. And 2 zeros, so far so good. Then the rest of it. 2 0, 2 2, 3 3 3, 4 5 7 7 7, 8 8, 9 9 9. Okay. So everything seems good there. And then I'm parsing A and parsing B. So we're good there. So this must be the check. That doesn't work because that's the only one that could possibly trip us up. Returning A. Check that A is equal to 0 and A1 is equal to 0. Or that B0 is equal to 0, which is not the case, and B1 is equal. What? Wait a minute. We seem to be good here. Am I running the right thing? That is extremely weird. All right, small a, big B. That is... Yeah. So what are we returning here? Why do I have 2 zeros left over here? It doesn't matter though, because it's because of the B. Okay. That is exactly the input or output that we're supposed to get, and that is what we're going to return. Yeah, what the heck? That is the proper output. And now it's going to pass. Oh, I don't like this. That is some weird stuff. Okay, let's run this again. Without the debugging. It passes. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So when I run it by itself, it passes. But if I run it with another test, then it doesn't. Hmm. And that would probably be because I've got them in the global scope for some reason when running. Still, it's a separate. Oh, yeah. I guess it would do that, wouldn't it? It would do that. Dope. Alright, so my other option then is to actually use a class and to instantiate it every time you want to do that. I don't know. Do I want to do that? Use a class? It seems like... Get rid of all this now. Boop, 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 boop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe I should be using, Git instead, but... It just annoys me to have to pass in the parameters like that when we could try rewriting this as a class just for kicks. But you know what? I will push that to Git though first. Pass all tests on rearrange string to two numbers. Let's see if I can do that. Got about 20 minutes left. Let's see if I can rewrite this as a class instead of what I've got right now. Clay, I'm gonna have to rewrite my tests to export class. What are we gonna call that? We're gonna call this a string rearranger. Rearranger. And we're going to need an all digits. Let's make that private. All digits. Which is a string array. And we need a private. Why is that? I'll just declare it but never read. Yes, I know. No. Let me just check my main. What's it doing here? I'm going to have to instantiate that with the, yep, okay. What else do I need? I need my zeros. String array. I need my other digits. This is also a string array. I need, what else do I need? I need my remaining space in A, which we're going to initialize right away with 0. Private. I need A, which is just an empty string at first, and so's B. Okay. I think that's all the state that we actually have in this for now. Let's make a constructor. Constructor will take the constructor will take our input, which is just a string, and what do we do in the constructor? We make an array out of our input. Array dot from input. Decimal digits is equal to array dot from. There we go. And then once we're done with that, oh, actually, yeah, let's do all of that right in here. So this dot zeros is equal to this stuff here. This dot all digits like that, and then other digits. This dot other digits is equal to this dot all digits. Get me the zeros. Okay. So now we're set. We can have a function that we're going to call a rearrange. Rearrange string. It's not going to take anything, but it will return a string. And what does it need to do? First, we're checking that all digits dot length. Okay, then what are we doing? This we're already doing in the constructor. We've got that going in the constructor. We've got that going in the constructor. So let's get this here. Check if B can have 19 digits. Oh, this is going to be a pain. This dot other digits. This dot zeros. This dot B. Actually, if I follow my convention, it should be like that. Okay, this dot B. This dot zeros. Isn't there like, why isn't there like a, don't you mean this dot other digits? Why do I have to do this by hand? Man. Do. Boring refactoring. Okay. Do. Nope. Start. Okay. All right. What's next? So that was check if B has 19 digits. Once we're done with that, we minimize A. So there we go again. It's running like that. This dot zeros. This dot A. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem only because, no, that is a problem. We can't do that here, can we? Forget about net. For now, we will need to refactor that. Let's grab this here. Uh, mhm. 10 minutes left. Come on. I can do this. Okay. And that's that. So that was minimize A. And now shove as many zeros. Can probably grab all of that here. And here. Okay, I've got the same thing going on here. I need to get rid of that. And take this. Right, there's no check in that function, is there? If remaining zeros equal. Yeah, okay, we're good. Just that right there. And then this. Dot A. This dot other digits. This dot remaining space in A. Okay. And now we're up to minimize B. Just grab all of that. Do that in one go. Minimize B. How about that? No. I was hoping I could do a replace, but should have thought of that before. Now it's just going to screw up the ones I've done. Okay. This dot A. Five minutes left. Oop, what in the world did I just do? How did I do that? Oh, that's what I did. Look at that. That's cool. Okay. Okay. And here we are. That. Like this. And good. Now, Before I go ahead and change all my tests, I'm actually just going to change this here. String rearranger. String rearranger. Now we're going to instantiate that. So const string rearranger. Let's just call it that. Equals new string rearranger. Pass in our string. Then just call string rearranger dot rearrange string. Okay, let's try running that right away in Coding Game. See, well, look at that. No mistake, nothing. I am mildly impressed with myself. So I can just go ahead and change our test cases to kind of do the same thing. So I'm not going to need you anymore. The string rearranger instead. We need to instantiate you, so const string rearranger, no, equals new string rearranger. Pass in our input. Okay. And then our actual is string rearranger dot rearrange string. Don't pass in anything. Okay, then I should just take these two here and that and do that and do that and do that and that and that and that. And then I can run the tests just to confirm that it also works on my machine. And it does. And okay, but now we have no time left to kind of refactor this humongous function. But at least now I've got a nice setup to do it, which I might do a little bit this afternoon. Guys, thanks for watching. I think tomorrow I might be working on an exercise from exorcism.io instead of a puzzle from Coding Game. We'll see. I don't know yet. Well, you'll find out tomorrow morning if you tune in. Thanks for watching.